Since my last video, Bitcoin has changed everything. Today is Tuesday, June 28th, 2022. Welcome back to Boss Wizard Crypto, where all opinions expressed in this video are my own and do not constitute financial advice in any way. Let's get down to it. So, everything's changed. Absolutely everything has changed. So in a recap of the last video on what I thought was going on, I had, this is a 3, right? That hasn't changed, okay? But essentially a W, X, and a Y for a larger wave 4. I no longer think that's the case, and I'm going to tell you why. Now, I've slightly changed this. It's actually more bullish, okay, believe it or not. It's more bullish. Changed this into a primary degree 1. All right, and I really hate this relationship. I'm not going to lie, but right now I don't see another probable alternative. Maybe future price action can dictate otherwise. Okay, I do have another idea of what possibly could be going on, but for now, I think I have to go with this as the primary count. And nothing has changed from December of 2018. So 5-wave move here. I really don't like this, but it's the only thing I can go with now. 5-wave move here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. We have alternation in pattern between the 2 and the 4. This is a double zigzag. This is an expanded flat. Okay. What we don't have alternation-wise between the 2 and the 4 is time and depth. Okay. Well, we do have depth. So we have alternation in depth for sure. All right. So this retraced. I even have the over 89%, somewhere around 92%, something like that. Okay. In depth. This 2 is deep. This 4, and this is in log. Okay. This 4 didn't even get to the 382. We can see in linear, it got down not to the 61.8 and past the 50. Okay. But in log, we have depth as well. Now, actually, that's a little bit off because I have this retracement set at the top. So if you bring it down here, I mean, it's not much different. Okay. We're at what, 87%. Okay. Retrace the top of the 3. Okay, you see my line here. Top of the 3. I take back everything I said. Okay. What is that, the 236 or something? In linear, we get to the 50. Okay. So I will say that those measurements are typical of a 4, but what I don't like is the lack of alternation in time. Okay. You typically want your wave 4s to be long and flat, and it just wasn't. Okay. This one here was, let me pull my measurement tool. All right, so from here to the end was 456 days, thereabouts. And this 4 was 119 days. And I don't like that time relationship, but it's not illegal as far as Elliott wave goes. It's just a guideline. So unfortunately, I have to grunt and bear it and go with that as the most probable case now. And why do I think that? Well, this is getting too deep. Okay, this move is getting too deep. We're kind of at the last wit's end at this last low. All right, and you can see my last video, which check right here, and there's going to be a card to check out the last video. I was still on the wave 4 train that we had a double combination here, and then we're going to be off into the 5th. Well, let's go down to the lower time frame, and I'm going to show you why I no longer think that's the case. Okay, so this is my running count right now of what I think's going on here off of the low. All right. Now I was able to potentially get an impulse out of this. So for right now, I'm going to actually go ahead, pull up my object tree, and let's hide that for now. And let's hide, where's this one hiding? Oh, I got it in the wrong folder. There we go. So we're going to hide those for now. I'm going to show you what I was initially looking at off the low. This is all new information to you all. But I said, okay, we need to get off this low in 5 waves. So I counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And you have to go to a lower time frame to potentially see it, because this looks like a 3-wave move, right? Probably because it is. But if we go to a lower time frame, okay, we can see that potentially this 3 is extended, okay, and the 5th. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's change the color and the degree. Okay. All right. A running flat essentially here into a 4. Okay, which would be A, B, C. And 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, to get to a 5-wave move. Okay, great. Let's use that as a working theory going forward. All right, then what we're expecting to see after that is an A and a B and a C. All right, for a wave 1, 2, and you get 3, 4, 5 later. Okay, and you come up a degree on that one. All right, and that's what we wanted to see. However, we did not. Okay. Is it still possible? Sure. But what's leaning me, because you can still see we're getting potentially 3 waves here, right? The invalidation is going to be when this low breaks, all right? So you can potentially say, but hey, you can put the B here, and the C is yet to come, okay? And it's all gravy. This is all choppy, fine, it's all corrective, right? And it's probably wouldn't be labeled ABC, to be honest with you. It'd be WXY, but for sake of conversation, you get that. But the problem is then that your relationship in time, if we pull a time on this, is you are getting much, much too big. You are already, as of this video, at the 2.618 in time. You are 261.8% longer in your 2 than you are your 1. And that's just too long. Which turns probability in the favor that this is not what we are seeing. And more likely, now let's pull some fibs. Okay, somebody in my Discord brought this up a few days ago, and we had it as an alternate count. That's what happens in my Discord. We have contributions as a team, and I just kind of lead the classroom. It's people who are learning to use Elliott Wave to trade. First month is free if you want to start your journey with us. Links in the description. It's only $25 a month after that, and there are ways to stay free forever. So pull this fib here. Let's go in a linear for this. Okay, pull this fib here, and we get a nice thrust into your 50% extension. Okay, that is very typical of a combination. So essentially, this is the new idea, and it wasn't 5. Okay, and the first clue was that on this time frame, let's go to the hourly. On this time frame, which is really like the smallest time frame I personally like to use for Bitcoin, the 2 and this 3 is not visible, and that's your first clue. It's holding out hope, but really that's the first clue that it's not what we thought it was. Okay, so 3-wave move here. All right, a 3-wave move here. Okay, and what is either done or going to be done. Okay, and I'll explain that in a minute. Either we're going to get this, okay, or something like this. That looks lopsided. I'm not a huge fan of it. Okay, you can come in somewhere like this. You have to figure out what patterns these are. You get down and analyze it. Okay, you can say that's a clear 3-wave move, right? I would say that's a clear 3-wave move. And do we have 5 here? A, B, C, D, E? No. And it just keeps going. So that would have to be, it can't be a triangle. Plus it kind of angles up, which is weird for a triangle. But 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But you're breaking highs. So it's not a triangle. And you're not breaking lows. So some kind of combination in here. And you have to go to a really small time frame to see it, and I'm just not interested. It's something, and it's something corrective. I'll tell you one thing, it's not motive. Okay, and that's one of our issues here. So a rule of a wave 3, well, can't we say 1, 2, 3, and we're just getting a 4, and this is going to be a diagonal. Okay, and then you're going to come up here for a 5, potentially. Well, one rule of a diagonal is that they all have to be zigzags. And I can't get this mess into a single zigzag. If somebody else can, feel free to post a link or something to your TradingView chart in the description, and hey, maybe we'll steal it or use it, and there maybe a light bulb go off. That's what my group's all about, is bouncing ideas off of each other. But let me show you from a fib perspective why this could be done or it might not be done. Okay. So, and it could also expand. It could be done. Okay, this is yet another example. Okay, it could be done, but this just the whole 3-wave move is just a W. Okay, and then you're getting an X wave, and then you get another 3-wave move. Okay, that's a possibility too. All right, but for now, let's pull a fib. So you take this whole thing and this whole thing. Okay, and for a combination pattern, I'm looking to be in this box right here. Okay. Or your box is backwards, but I doubt that's the case. That's a conversation for another day. So we've already hit the 50, indicating that it could be done, but it doesn't have to be, because this can come up here to your 618. All right. So right now, you really don't know the answer. Is it done? Is it not done? Don't know. You really don't know the answer. But one thing that is most probably for sure, and is the point of this video, is that this is not impulsive price action. It is corrective price action. And Unfortunately, this low is probably going to break. Okay. So where do we go from here? Well, let me go back to a bigger time frame here. Let's look at these. Now I've already measured these out. Okay. So of this whole wave, all right, this in log, in log specifically on the Bitcoin chart right now, looks to be the right scale to use because linear is not giving you good targets. They're going negative. Okay, which obviously, I mean, if you think Bitcoin is going to zero, then I guess they are good targets. But if you're a believer that Bitcoin's not going to go to zero, then linear is not the scale you want to use to measure this. So log, this is the 1.618 extension, and to prove it to you, okay, we start at the top. Okay, let me get into log. Oops. Rescale this. Okay, and in log, 1.618. Okay, and there's your 200%. So, like I say, combination patterns. I look for the 50 and the 61.8 for the short side, and the 1.618 and the 200 for the long side, because combinations are inherently lopsided. So this is our box for an extension into wave 2. And likely into this box is where the next drop is going to go. Okay. Which in log brings you to not quite, so somewhere between the 50 and the 61.8%. Well, let me make sure that this is right because I had it set earlier. Now we're tracing this top, okay, from the bottom, not this one anymore, right? So you line that up, and this is in log, okay. Oh, and that's why I have this line here, the 61.8%. That shouldn't be extension. That should be retracement. Let's go ahead and make that correction. There we go. The 61.8% retracement in log. Okay. I put that down there it's right outside of our box, but I put it down there as just an FYI. Okay. Likely, and this is okay for a wave 2 because it's log. If we go in a linear, okay, our box doesn't move. Okay, it's a price box. Our box brings us down to somewhere between 80 and 87%, somewhere in that range. I'm interpolating here, but you can see 786 and 89 right here. Okay, and those are outside of the box. All right, which for a wave 2, that's where it should go. And this is why I'm saying that for a wave 4, we're pretty deep. Okay, that's why I no longer think it's a 4. I'm going to now change my primary count to a 1. Now, here's a point to make in Elliott Wave. It's okay to change your mind. Okay? It's okay. That's what Elliott Wave is all about. It's using the price action to determine what the most probable course of action going forward for the market is. You're not a fortune teller. You're a probability finder in Elliott Wave. And that's what we're doing. Okay? So now that we know what the probability is, see, originally last video we were looking for an impulsive 5-wave move and a 3-wave correction to long. But now this further price action has given us no reason to do that. Now we're looking to go short. So it's okay to change your mind and for good reasons. You can still trade it. Okay? So, what else can I show you about Bitcoin? Not much. Not much else. That's pretty much it. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. Go ahead and smash that notification bell so you know when my videos come out. Until next time, have a good one.